So and is that more around climbing and grip, or is that like a mixture of both?
Yes. Yeah, both.
Mixture of both. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing pretty good progress since then? Like with what you're doing? Are you
Yeah,
feeling good about kind of the system and how you're working?
I think so. I'm trying it out. But so far I've gotten PRs and everything in past two super series, so I
Okay.
think it's working. It's just whether, hopefully I'm not overdoing it. Just I have to remind myself to, you know, don't overdo it because it's a
Yeah, I was gonna
lot.
say, yeah, well, and just not even from a training aspect, this is another point I wanted to kind of bring up was just like your day-to-day type stuff, because like, okay, we're just talking on the training side of like grip or strength and all this stuff, but like you have a family, you have kids, you have other stuff, right? So like you you guys have like a wine business, is that the right way to put it? Or like a winery, and
Yeah,
you're
right.
kind of like having to run that. So like you're probably having to like work with like running a business, managing kids, and then you're finding time to climb and do all this stuff. So it's like that's one thing I wanted to get into, because you're talking about like trying not to overdo it in your training, because you are kind of juggling so many different aspects, but you're still able to make it work and you're still progressing and you're still performing very well. So, um, is there any advice maybe you could give to the people listening as to like how to juggle that, or how you kind of work through it, or how you kind of categorize things? Like I said, that might be a vague question, but there's a lot of people that feel like they don't have enough time to do stuff, or oh, I can't do that, or oh, if I didn't have to do this, then I would probably be in shape too. And it's like, how do you basically like do all the things that you do but don't have any excuse? How do you always seem to get the job done in every single field or whatever?
Yeah, it is a juggling act. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it is a balance of trying to, I don't know. Do you listen to the Daily Stoic at all?
No, I don't. I mean, I might see like some posts or something, but yeah, not
Yeah.
not not too often.
He talks about how you have to pick like two things that you focus on, like whether it's social or family or work,
Hmm.
social, right? But I'm like, no,
Yeah, you have
you
like
have to do
five
this,
or
this,
like
this.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, I don't know, I think having kids has helped me, I guess, prioritize things and make use of my time
Hmm.
the most efficiently, right?
Yeah.
Whether that's taking a nap, seriously,
Okay.
like I never used to be a napper, but like if I could sneak in like a midday nap, that's how I get my like evening workouts in probably after, putting the
Yeah.
kids to bed, eat dinner, put kids to bed, and then come out to the garage and do lifting or a little bit of climbing. Like having the home garage is a nice setup because it's just right here, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so I think just advice would be like having things accessible, like grip implements are what the most accessible out there probably, right? Like,
Yeah, they're pretty small, and like I said, it doesn't take a lot. Or even if it's you can use homemade stuff a lot of times to train for things. Just for the most part, common household items you can train. You can really get
yeah,
as creative as you want, and yeah. So like, if the thing that's stopping somebody from training is like, oh, I don't want to get in the car and drive 20 minutes to that gym. It's like, well, you can
yeah,
still just train at your house. There's a lot of things that you can do without having, I don't know, a major gym or something like that. So, like you said, definitely if you can kind of prioritize and have access to like a climbing wall
yeah,
within your house, or your one door separates you from your gym, it makes it a lot easier for you to kind of
yeah,
stay motivated and do that stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on that, because like I said, there's
Well, so like our business
yeah.
is it's pretty flexible. It's seasonal,
Okay.
right? With the
Yeah, yeah.
winery. Like right now it's really, really busy for us. So my trainings had to go a little bit on the back burner, just a little bit, like, but with like my scheduling the Eves programs for me, I like kind of look at it as a weekly thing. So like I'll have my
Hmm.
daily workouts, but like say I only have, an hour or, 30 minutes even, I'll just try to get this done and checked off the list.
Yeah.
And then maybe the next day I'll do something in the morning and then something in the evening, or just try to like plan the week, depending on how busy we are, and then also like I have a little bit of daycare help, which is nice. Like the kids
Okay.
go to like a preschool 2 days a week, which is nice. So those are the days I know I can get like something solid in, and then
Hmm.
also a buttload of work done, right?
Yeah. Well, but
uh,
then you have the other days to kind of recover from it too, if you push
yeah.
hard. So then again, there's kind of like a little bit of a balance there. Now, this is totally just a fun question, just a bonus question for fun. I'm just messing around, but with the wine, with the whole wine deal going on, right? And your name on Instagram or your tag name is like Wine Warrior Tammy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, have you ever have you ever drank wine or mixed the wine with climbing? Or is it like
Oh,
or is it like never climb like while I'm or, you know what I mean? Have you ever just like been drinking and climbing, or is that like a no-go because you're like, no, it's dangerous, or like
yeah.
you
In my 20s, I could get away with shit like that, you know? Like I
yeah.
did some stupid stuff when I was in my 20s and like maybe 30s too, but starting to ease off a bit in my
Yeah.
30s. I have a funny story. My husband sent one of his hardest boulders down in Bishop, California. It's a really
Mm,
hard climb. It's called the Mandala, but he had been on a road trip for quite a long time, and his skin, he was done. Like he was just wrecked. It was like he was actually leaving that day, driving back home. I had driven separately. So, anyways, but that morning it was St. Patrick's Day, right? So,
mhm.
what do you do on St. Patty's Day? You crack open a beer at like 10 a.m., right? So we're there at the boulders, just hanging out. I think I was climbing a little bit. He's drinking a beer, and then he sees someone over on the mandala, the climb. Then he's like, "Well, I gotta go, just like fill the holds a little bit." And then like 30 minutes later, he's sending the thing. You know,
Yeah.
so sometimes a little beer or wine, takes away the nerves.
Yeah.